This video is going to demonstrate how to install a 1997 to 2004 C5 Corvette roof panel. We only have this cage to work with right now, so try to ignore the fact that doors and everything else is missing. If the roof is going to need adjustment, you're going to need a T30 Torx drive, a 2mm Allen, and a gasket scraper. We got the roof unboxed. They come with this protective film on there. You're going to want to check for any shipping damage once you take it out of the box. I just leave the film on during the install, but peel back these corners, make sure nothing got damaged in shipping. Going to the inside, take a look at the hardware. You get 3 points on these roofs that are adjustable. Both your front latches and your rear latch. Rear latch is adjustable with this J-hook. To do that, it's an Allen set screw. That loosens up. And this will rotate in or out, adjusting fore and aft pressure. For the fronts, you need to adjust these. You're going to take your gasket scraper, pop off these caps, and that will allow access. You can access this hole from inside the car. This one over here, you cannot, which is why this access hole is in the latch. You pop that cover off, and then you can access both holes. Before you put the roof on the vehicle, a couple things to check or look out for. Take a look at your weather stripping. Make sure it's in good condition. These rear weather strips are almost always damaged on these cars because people put the roof in, jam it into place instead of sticking their finger in and pulling this out. This piece should lay on the outside of the roof weather strip. Once the door window shuts, compresses it and reduces the chance of water leaks. One more thing to look out for is these front insulator bullets that get pressed onto the front latches. These will wear and they'll actually fall off and stay in the receiver plate on the vehicle. If someone orders a new roof and they do not know that is sitting in there, it's nearly impossible to get the roof on. So just one more thing to check. Make sure that is clear. All right, we got the roof on the vehicle. Make sure all your latches are open. It drops into place. We don't need to latch the front latches at this point. We're going to start with the rear. I've already loosened up that set screw. We're going to close this and see where we're at. If you got play in here, that's too loose. You want that J-hook just tight enough so it puts a little bit of pressure, pulls this roof back and seats these pins, locating pins into these pockets. So there's a little bit of pressure. That's just good enough. Now we can move on to the front. Tighten up your set screw and go back up front. Check your front latches. You should be able to shut these. A little bit of pressure should snap into place. Just enough to compress this front weather strip. If you're having to force it or the roof's binding at all, then what we need to do is adjust these front latches. So I'm going to take this roof back off, move one of these latches out of adjustment, and show you how to adjust that on the vehicle. Okay, so I moved the driver's side front latch out of adjustment, and now you can see it's not wanting to drop into place. You go to latch it, and it's literally fighting us. So right now we need to take the roof back off the vehicle, loosen up that front latch, and then we can tighten it back up in place on the vehicle. All right, we're gonna loosen up this front latch, pop the cap off, loosen up your screws. They're usually Loctited, pretty tight. Rotate this, you can access your outside bolt. We're gonna go we're gonna latch this thing on the vehicle, and what's gonna happen is once this seats in the windshield frame, it's gonna locate where this handle needs to be. And then we can tighten up these two bolts and you're done. All right, we got the roof back on the vehicle. Passenger side's tight, rear latch is tight. This up here is still loose, so we need to lock that down. What you're going to want to do is close it. That'll center the latch. Then we want to back it off enough so we can access and tighten up these screws. There's one. There's two. Pops right into place. So your roof is now adjusted. If you need to adjust the height of the roof, you can pull your trim panel down a little bit and stick a 10mm wrench on these. You're going to want to scribe a line first. You can see we've already done that on here. Gives you a starting point. But if you need to raise or lower your roof, slightly loosen up these 10mm. And if you want to bring the roof down, all you do is tap this plate down maybe a 1/16 of an inch. That'll bring the roof down a 1/16 of an inch, and vice versa. Lock up your screws and your height's done. Back here, you shouldn't have to adjust the rear height. If you do, you're going to have to drop your trim panels to access these bolts. That'll remove your rear receiver plate up and down.